Greetings and welcome to another exciting edition of Poet the Poet. I'm Robert Dunn. I'll be guiding you through tonight's taffy pull. And no, this is not the Red Hot Chili Poppers, so if you want your chili popped, you'll have to look elsewhere, but I recommend that you stay because the show is plenty hot in its own right tonight, and that's all due to our guests in this installment, which include Chocolate Waters, the illustrious Chocolate Waters, and also the dulcet tones of the guitar of Nelson Alexander, and we figured we'd be a sport and book Nelson along with the guitar.
Thank you, Rob.
So, welcome all three of you.
Thanks.
Right.
Nice to be here.
Let's get right into the poetry. I'll start with Chocolate Waters.
Okay.
She's been performing her work for a great many years now, but my policy never to reveal a performer's age on the show. She's appeared all over the United States and in parts of Canada. In deference to her name, I would say that she's appeared a lot in the maritime provinces.
Perhaps.
Well, perhaps. Has 3 books in print, and they're lying around the table there. What have you got?
Yes, I have To the Man Reporter from the Denver Post, Take Me Like a Photograph, and Charting New Waters. These were all published between 1975 and 1980. So they're early work.
Sold
10,000 copies.
Ah, boy. Let me have a little drink first.
Have a drink, Rob.
Prolifically published, oh, I feel better now, all over the place, newspapers, magazines, anthologies, phone books, matchbook covers, but whatever you've got, you'll probably find that Chocolate Waters has something there, all over the place. Let's see. She's running around, giving workshops, taking them. She has a collection. She swaps, she trades. Goes to flea markets and has a table, gets loaded with workshops.
Whatever works.
And here's something really marvelous. She's just received the New York Foundation for the Arts Fellowship, which includes money. Of course, the check hasn't cleared yet, the city budget being what it is. But, so if there are any process servers or bill collectors
forget about it.
Yeah, forget it.
Forget it.
When we bring Chocolate back for her next appearance, maybe you'll be able to swing something out. Well, Chocolate, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to be here.
Not a moment too soon. Why don't we dive right into one of those poems or stories or matchbook covers?
Okay, cool. My work tends to be autobiographical. I write about my friends and myself. My friends say mostly I write about myself.
Don't they mind?
So, no, they don't mind. As long as I get it, say something salacious about them, they love it. This is about one of my neighbors, and I hope she's not watching. It's called The Singer. She lives in the apartment below me. At least I think she lives there. I have never actually seen her. Maybe just her voice lives there, and she moved out years ago. In New York, no one knows the difference, as long as the rent is paid. The singer has several unusual styles of singing, depending on how late at night it is, how depressed she is, or how drunk she is. None of her styles depend on whether I want to listen to her. In her 60s rock band mode, she imagines that she's Janis Joplin. Unfortunately, she's more off-key than Janis ever was, and she needs about 2 more quarts of Southern comfort. Or maybe I need 2 more quarts. In her contemporary pop mode, she imagines she's twisted, she turns into Twisted Sister and Liza Minnelli. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, she screams. I open the window. So make it already and move to another building. In her Judy Collins mode, she can actually sing. At least she does it quietly enough to make me think so. There's an older man who goes in and out of her apartment. He looks like John Gotti. My kinder self says, maybe he's her father. I wish he was John Gotti. Then he could throw us all a party. And I'd be so busy eating steak, I wouldn't care if she sang or not. To tell the truth, I think I met her the other day. She was with that man who looks like John Gotti. Our eyes locked momentarily. The singer? I asked tentatively. She shook her head in agreement. I live in the apartment, just above you. Ah, she nodded knowingly. The writer.
I think I've done a couple of opens with that singer. She can also sing like Bela Lugosi.
She is Bela Lugosi, I think.
Ah, as opposed to Bella Abs. Okay. And on that note, I might also mention that I had a car that was always down 2 quarts, but I'm not sure whether it was the comfort or the anything else. Whatever possesses you to get your friend's strange friend, I must say, down on paper like that?
Because that's what I know, so that's what I write about. I mean, that's an experience that I have, and I write about those kinds of things.
Give us another little goodie.
Give you another one. How about one from my latest work in process?
In your processor?
In my process, in my word, both at my word and food processor.
Okay,
both.
good,
Both.
good.
Is from a new collection which is tentatively titled. Oh, I like that word. Now it's the second time I've used it. Titled.
Tentatively titled.
Tentatively titled.
Yes.
It's called the people who live on the bus and other places. Mm-hmm. And this is a neighborhood piece. I live in Hell's Kitchen. Yes. I love it there. This is the Wild Man of 9th Avenue. And I wrote this before the Wild Man of 96th Street got all that publicity. You know, the one they're throwing in and out of jail all the time.
Oh, this was the prototype.
This was before, I wrote this before him.
Okay.
Okay, and then he went and stole my title. Okay. The Wild Man of 9th Avenue usually has yesterday's lunch enshrined on his lapel. Got $1, he rasps. He's a high-class beggar, wears snakeskin pants and Cole Haan shoes that may have once walked Wall Street. Now, he hangs out in the lobby of my bank, accosting unwary ATM users and raving about the evils of the Pillsbury Doughboy. It doesn't matter where I go, the newsstand, the drugstore, the flower shop, Manhattan Plaza. Hey, lady, got $1. Last week, he was terrorizing my local hangout, lurching from table to table, some unpleasant secretion emerging from his nose, intimidating the patrons into handing over $2.50. When the maitre d' objected, the wild man socked him in the nose. He spent the night in jail for that. Next day, he was back, grinning from the front page of my New York Post, headlining the latest article about the helpless homeless. I learned the wild man's name, Frank. It figures. Everyone I have ever disliked has been named Frank.
Oops.
Uncle Frank, who pinched me with his adult hands when I was 8. English teacher Frank, who humiliated me for pointing out the patently obvious. My fiancé Frank, who married himself. Frank was at my bus stop yesterday. There was something icky protruding from his beard. Hey, lady, got $1. I rummaged through my pockets. Frank, I said, here's my heart.
And did he accept?
He tried to trade it in for $1.
I would have thought it'd be worth more than that. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
What's this?
What the hell?
Is that the meeting Frank, is that the strangest thing that ever happened to you during a performance? Or do you have any war stories to tell?
Do I have any war stories to tell?
Performing war stories.
Performing war. Well, I was once carried off the stage in a wild bar in Boise, Idaho.
In a Frankfurter cart, no doubt.
No, just thrown over the shoulder and carried off the stage.
Uh-huh.
I was doing a poem called I Want to Come All Over You at the time, and it went over well.
Well, that takes care of my next question, which was that necessarily a good thing? Speaking of necessarily a good thing, I noticed you brought some licorice.
Liquor. No, licorice.
Licorice.
Spare ribs.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're gonna share them or what?
Yeah. These are called rhythm bones.
And what, pray tell, do you do with the rhythm bones?
Well, they're a percussion instrument, and I tell this story when I get them out. My uncle was the rhythm bones king. He lives in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. His name is Dick.
As opposed to Frank.
As opposed to Frank.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And he used to appear on places like the Ted Mack Amateur Hour, things like that. And it was actually his daughter, my first cousin, who taught me how to play. And And Dick gives me lots of pointers, too, every now and then.
I gather that the first pointer is that you always have to use them in multiples of 2.
At least,
All
at
right,
least.
yeah.
And when they
Okay.
break, they don't work so well. These are plastic.
Uh-huh. Plastic bones.
Yeah. Would you like to hear a piece?
Sure, why
And
not?
I'll have to stand up for this. If it's okay.
Stand up nice and easy so we don't frighten anybody.
Okay. All right. All right. This was actually originally a song that I turned into a Rhythm Bones piece. And if I can remember the line, I'll start it.
Take it. Take it.
I saw you on a flyer and I thought you were a drag queen. I forgot you. Then I saw you on a video and oh, I thought you were the hottest thing I'd ever seen. I fell in love with you. That voice, that deep mannish voice. I had no choice. I was in love with you. I met you at a bar. You smoked my cigarettes. I learned that as a person you did not exist. Oh, but I could not forget you. That voice, that dark, jagged voice. I had no choice. I was in love with you. I went to every show. I sat in every row. I sang your songs to everyone. I told them all you were the one. I called you on the telephone, but you were never home. That voice, that pre-recorded voice. I had no choice. I gave it up on you. But I did not forget you. That voice, that dark, delicious voice. I had no choice. I was in love with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounded like the Rhythm Bones.
That sounded just like the Rhythm Bones. Some people think they're spoons, but they're not.
Those are.
They're bones.
Oh, well, let's.
They're
get
very
that.
easy to play.
Yes.
I'll teach you.
No spoons, but
I'll teach you how to do it.
where do the batteries go in?
Right here.
Oh,
at the
okay.
very end. See, put them in. Put them
Yeah.
here.
What do I do
See
with
these
this?
grooves?
Yeah.
It goes right against this finger.
And this one goes here.
Yes, glide them just like sparrows. Now make a very loose fist.
Yeah.
There you go. Loose, loose, loose.
I don't get much looser than this.
Okay. Now just go back and forth like this.
Like so.
Okay. Try to hold the middle one down with your index finger here, like this.
Yeah.
And then really, all you're doing is putting the other one.
I'm going to need a little more practice on this, I think. But in my own defense, I will say I am ready for my lo mein.
All right. Yeah, right here. I'll join you.
Okay. Perhaps you could join me with another poem.
Oh, you really want another one?
Oh, yeah. Another
Oh, okay.
a quickie there.
A quickie.
Yeah.
How about a very short quickie?
There's another kind?
Yeah.
All right,
There's a fast quickie.
Let's have it.
Upon being asked what ill fate had befallen the chair at my desk the night I smashed it into smithereens when I discovered you in bed with someone I didn't know you were sleeping with, or who says poems have to be longer than titles? And here's the poem. What happened to your chair? Seems it fell against the ceiling in the middle of the night. The title is better than the poem.
I think I just violated
I also
the
messed up
warranty.
the poem.
They won't know. Act innocent. We're going to act innocent for the moment, and we'll be back as soon as we're through acting innocent with the music of Nelson Alexander.
All right.
So do stay with us.